It's only a couple of days to the Easter weekend, and what are your plans? Well, Treasury Cabinet Secretary Ukur Yatani has allocated 5 billion Kenya shillings to Kenya's tourism sector in the 2022-2023 financial year. The allocation is meant to promote the country's tourism and wildlife industry. While presenting the 2022-2023 budget in Parliament, Yatani said the tourism sector is adapting well to the COVID-19 pandemic as a result of the support it received from the government. This year's Easter weekend is the first post-COVID holiday in Kenya. Let's hear from industry players on how the industry is faring. The tourism industry has started to pull out of its deep COVID-19 induced slump as local travelers have taken to exploring the country's holiday destinations. The number of foreign visitors, however, is still well below pre-pandemic levels.
The restrictions were only just lifted recently, I think on the 11th of March by the government. So, we have not recovered. We are far from recovery. We're carrying a lot of losses. And the recovery journey is going to take quite a while. And I think it's very important that the government recognizes that what we need is a lot more support than the reduced budgets that the government is giving out to the tourism sector, especially to the Kenya Tourism Board, whose role is to market the destination to the domestic market and internationally. So we're not out of the woods yet, and we're far from it.
Local resorts, which normally concentrate their marketing efforts on foreign tourists, were forced to turn to the domestic market by the pandemic. View Travel, Kenya's first homegrown all-in-one travel booking platform, is dedicated to showcase the explored and unexplored parts of Kenya.
People are traveling in groups, people are taking up private villas, people are taking up more segregated places, and they're also going away from crowded places, so they're traveling as family. Schools are now out. So what are people doing? They're pulling together with the children.
According to the government, the tourism sector in Kenya is slowly recovering from the COVID-19 effects. Kenya has recorded a 40.8% growth in tourism numbers for the first 10 months of 2021. This has seen the State Department of Tourism have its budget decreased from 9.63 billion in 2021 to 5 billion in 2022.
Na tunaomba ya kwamba watalii ambaye wamepanga kuja kuona migration na kuja kutembelea mbuga ya wanyama wa pori wakuje kwa wingi kwa sababu kuna usalama na migration inaendelea.
Various stakeholders in the tourism sector have said that COVID-19 presented a major opportunity to rethink the industry and be more innovative despite the numerous challenges it brought.
It taught us on opening opportunities. Like tourism starts from your area. You understand? Like if you're in Nairobi, look around. You can find like a person in Meru, they have never been to Meru National Park. You understand? So we are used to this culture of Masai Mara and Amboseli, but we forget that where you come from, Machakos, there are nice parks there. You understand? People don't visit, and they're very, very affordable, and you get the same experience that you can get in a different county. So that's why we introduce also county-to-county tourism. A person in Kisii can come to Narok, and a person in Narok can go to Kisii and experience. So that's something also we need to keep pushing, like county tourism, understand what is in Nakuru I can see, what is in Nairobi I can see, what is in Narok, Kakamega,
In the last 2 years, the cessation of movement dealt a major blow to the hotel industry, with facilities at the coast, which is Kenya's favorite destination, promising to be different.
Easter 2022 is actually going to be it's a very exciting Easter period for us operators of hotels and also for travelers, because remember 2020 there was no Easter, because on March 27th, my birthday, the government introduced the first lockdown. Again in 2021, March 27th, the government locked down Nairobi, and remember a lot of the economy that supports tourism comes out of Nairobi. However, bookings are looking good, but then again remember that Kenyans are also very last minute in their planning.
But one of the changes that has happened now is this is pre-Easter. Almost all the hotels in the South Coast are full. Hotels are full. There is both people who have come for holidays and people who have come for MICE. So we've got business meetings and then we've got leisure, so which is a good mix. And if you ask me now, before Easter, what kind of occupancies are we having? In all the big hotels spread out from south to north to Malindi, now we are doing 80 to 70%. Some of the hotels are doing 100%. In fact, I know about 8 to 10 hotels that are doing 100% over this week, pre-Easter.
Despite the turnaround of things, the increasing cost of food items, cooking gas and electricity has pushed hotels to a tight corner. The overheads are high. As a result, hotel rates remain high.
The unfortunate thing, or the more difficult thing, is that a lot of the inputs into our pricing or into the operations of hotels are outsourced. You know, what we own is the building, the chair you're sitting on, the table, etc., etc. But there's other inputs that are not within our control. So there's food. So, you know, we have to buy food from third parties, whether it's meat, whether it's vegetables. There's power. Yeah, we have to source power through Kenya Power. There's fuel costs, yeah, for our diesel. You know, we use diesel for our boilers. We use diesel in our kitchens, liquid petroleum gas, LPG. We use diesel for generators. So there's many of these inputs that are not within our control. And the biggest cost in our business, and in many businesses, is energy costs.
65% of hotels in Kenya expect to return to pre-pandemic levels by end of 2022, a survey conducted by the Central Bank of Kenya has revealed, indicating continued recovery of the sector, which was among the hardest hit by the COVID-19 pandemic.